The goal of this video is to give you something you can do for your health in the face of health challenges that maybe you don't believe there's anything you can do, or maybe you've been led to believe there's nothing you can do. There's always something you can do to improve your health. And there is an entire treasure trove of options out there that I want to make you have available to you, and also have the knowledge as to why I want them to be available to you. So this is the first in a whole series of presenting these little treasures that I've found over the years that I feel are essential for everybody to have as an option for them. And in this video, I'm going to particularly go over one called Epimune Complex that has so much depth and power to it, way beyond this idea that it's good for your immune system. And I'm going to go deep on it in this video to help you understand why I think this is something everybody should have available to them, why I have it available and use it for myself, why I make it available to those who I work with on their health. And I also want to have it available for you as well. And so that's why it will be available in the links for you to get if you find that this is something that you think is right for you, for your health. And so in order to understand the power of what's available in this tiny little beautifully packaged little piece of health in a capsule for you, we have to understand the power of mushrooms. So this is a very much mushroom heavy product. In fact, it's almost all mushrooms. And in order to get us on the page of understanding why that's so important, I'm going to share with you a couple of slides from a presentation that I give on the power of mushrooms. And this is directly from cancer.gov. This is the government's website on this, from the National Cancer Institute. And I think it's important that everybody should know that there is tremendous research on these, and specifically that medicinal mushrooms have been approved adjuncts to standard cancer treatments in Japan and China for more than 30 years, and have an extensive clinical history of safe use as single agents or combined with radiation therapy and chemotherapy. We have so many people who are looking for ways that they can do more for their health when they are faced with these challenges. And I think they should know about these options. And one of those options that are in here specifically in the Epimune Complex is turkey tail mushroom. Now I could talk for hours about it, but this one little slide is what I want to share with you to show you all of the things that have been associated with it and the research below down in these links that supports it. Anti-fragility. We're all about longevity at Strong in Health, and we want to give you every option that you can have to take for yourself if you want to help you have protection against things like fragility, which tends to be something that is much more concerning the older we get. Anti-melanoma. I do get a lot of individuals ask me, is there more I should know about these cases? And I think that you should look into more research on what turkey tail has to offer in that case. This next one's fascinating. Anti-toxoplasma gondii. I know it sounds like a crazy word, but what that is a very specific pathogen that's in the category of parasites that more people have than we really realize, and particularly individuals who cohabitate with cats tend to have a high exposure to this. And why is that a problem? Well, there's an entire book called This Is Your Brain on Parasites that talks about what these can do to influence your behavior to make you make choices that maybe aren't the best for your health. Fascinating stuff. And to know that you get some protection from that, from a turkey tail mushroom, is phenomenal. Neuroprotective in general for your brain. For longevity, we need to keep that brain as strong for as long as possible, and protection against neuronal illnesses. Also, for people who have a lot of phlegm production, I find it's interesting to note that there's preventative measures against a wide range of traditional ailments, including phlegm and pulmonary disorders. So many people today coughing and having these lung challenges, they should know that turkey tail and Epimune Complex could be something that could help strengthen them and give them what they're looking for, or even GI disorders. So this is a very, very powerful product just from that standpoint alone, but that's just the beginning as to what there is available in these turkey tail mushrooms. Beyond that, we actually have a whole other mushroom that I'm going to show you now. That is Kelly. In our office, we have a holistic nutritionist named Kelly who loves maitake mushrooms, so much so that she has threatened to open a restaurant someday called Hen of the Woods, because that is what it is known as, is the Hen of the Woods. And this Great website. Beautiful Oregon did a beautiful job of capturing the photos of what this looks like. But let's look at it from a trial standpoint. What's going on with maitake that makes it so powerful? And why would they include it in this with the turkey tail? Well, this really is an interesting little website that talks about this, based on its potential for widespread therapeutic use in supporting immune health, a 3-year US government-funded multi-phase human clinical study of MaitakeGold 404, which is the specific piece that is in Epimune Complex. Its immune-enhancing properties was initiated at this hospital. So in this phase 2/3 trial, 34 subjects took it at varying doses for 3 weeks, and they discovered that balanced immune support occurred in the subjects at all dosage levels. I like pointing this out because even a little bit over a long period of time can be very powerful. Don't want to get too in the weeds with these studies, but I do like to show that there's so much research on maitake itself and this MaitakeGold 404 in particular. But just maitake alone in this research study shows that the immune enhancing effects of it and shiitake mushrooms, which are also things that I'm going to want to make available to you. But I found this really cool that the conclusions showed that, or they found the results showed that it does stimulate defensive reaction. In all cases, the most effective were the combination, but the maitake alone was the second strongest. So I thought that was really cool. So when you get into a really powerful deep dive on maitake mushrooms and this unveiling the full spectrum of maitake mushrooms, a comprehensive review of their medicinal, therapeutic, nutraceutical, and cosmetic potential, this great graphic kind of shows exactly so many things that it touches just by adding a little bit of this mushroom to your life. I've seen in the image, you have extracts obtained from maitake mushrooms can aid in managing several diseases such as cancer, inflammation, and allergies. So much from one little mushroom, starting to understand why Kelly says that this is her favorite. And to totally understand some of the value of what we're getting from mushrooms in general, we should really understand that there's something called beta-glucans on their effect on the immune system. There's so much information on this where it can say they can prevent oncogenesis due to the protective effect against potent genotoxic carcinogens. We have so much exposure to carcinogens. This would be something maybe help balance that out. Immunostimulating agents. There's so much here that you really should know about beta-glucans. But I want to keep this video short and help you understand the depth and power of Epimune Complex. And I can't do that without also telling you about something called Epicor. Epicor is also in this Epimune Complex. And there's so many benefits if you go to their website to see. You have benefits in immune balancing, microbiome support, which is a lot of the future of what we're going to learn in health and wellness, spring immune support and winter immune support. And the clinical research is tremendous on this. We have over 6 published human clinical trials here, a published randomized double-blinded placebo-controlled human clinical trial with 80 subjects over 6 weeks, showing a positive modulation of the gut microbiota, spring support, winter support, so much research on this. And finally, I just want to point out, because this is almost always something people want to know, can children do this as well? Well, they did a study on Epicor, the efficacy of this yeast postbiotic, which is Epicor, on cold and flu symptoms in healthy children. This was a randomized controlled trial. And the results and conclusions were fantastic. Again, the supplementation resulted in significantly lower cold and flu symptom severity and less cold and flu medication usage than placebo, demonstrating a beneficial effect on immune function in health. Okay, so what am I saying overall? I'm not saying that everybody should take any type of product, but I want you to know that there is somebody who has gone out there and put all of these beautiful things together in one tiny little convenient package that if you wanted to be able to bring this into your body to help make sure that your terrain is as strong as possible, this might be one that you want to include and think about, or maybe some of the pieces of it. But this is something that obviously the more I learn about, the more excited I get that I have access to this. And I definitely want to make it accessible to you as well, and continue your education on all of the wonderful things that these mushrooms and these products that are being made from these mushrooms can provide for you. If you have any questions or if you want more information on this, please leave a comment in the video below. Hopefully this was helpful, illuminating, inspiring, and hopefully you're going to find ways to know that there's always something out there in the world that we can find that can increase our health, even if it's just a little bit at a time, or maybe even more than that. Have a great day.